So I wanted to make this video just in case, because you never know. But if you're watching, obviously I went into labor. What's up, friends? So for today, I'm gonna be telling you guys my labor and delivery story, and I'm also gonna be including how I used castor oil to induce my labor. So if you're interested, just keep watching. Okay, so it has been already almost 5 months since I had my baby girl Sosa, and time is just flying. Like, I don't even know, she's already like sitting up, she's ready to eat baby food, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel like the time just needs to slow down a little bit. But it's been great being a mom. I love it so much. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and rewind 5 months into October. Towards the end of October, me and San had like spoken about, you know, the baby, and like we were like, damn, like what if she comes on Halloween, because my due date was November 4th. So, you know, Halloween, October 31st is not that, it's not that like far apart. So I'm thinking, damn, like what if I have her on Halloween? Like I don't really, like I wanted that to happen, but at the same time I didn't. And he didn't want that to happen at all. He wanted a November baby. So as the end of October came, like the week before Halloween, I was getting really antsy with being pregnant. I was like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. Like I'm emotional. I'm heavy. I'm tired. I'm motherfucking tired. So I started looking up things to do, and obviously they say walk, have a lot of sex, and obviously one of them was castor oil. So when I came across castor oil, I was so skeptical, because you hear good things, you hear bad things, and I just didn't really know what scenario would happen with me, and I didn't want it to be a bad scenario. So that being said, I was really like debating for a long time whether I should even try it or not, but I got to such a breaking point that I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna do a little bit at first. So the week before Halloween, I take a dose, and 2 hours later, I feel nothing. No pain, no nothing. So I'm like, damn, okay, like I didn't even have to shit. And castor oil is a laxative, so like people that I was reading online were shitting their brains out, and I was like, why isn't that happening to me? Now keep in mind, at this point I was 38 weeks, 38 and a half, and my last appointment I was 0% dilated, 0% effaced, so nothing. She was just really low. So I decided to go to the store and buy the castor oil, like I said. And when I took it, so when I took the castor oil, I went to sleep. I didn't feel anything, but in my sleep, you guys, I got woken up to the worst contractions I had ever felt in my life. Because at that point, I'd only had Braxton Hicks. So these contractions were coming strong and fast and back to back. So I was like, oh man, this is it. Like, it's time. But I also didn't want to be that girl that like ran to the hospital and then had to come back, ran to the hospital, had to get sent back. Like, I wanted to go have my baby, come back with my baby. So I said, I'm gonna track these on my phone. I'm gonna see, you know, for an hour and a half, if they stay consistently, and if they get any stronger, then I'm definitely gonna call my midwife and go. Because the hospital where I was originally going to have her was 45 minutes away. So I needed to make sure that I had enough time to get there and, you know what I mean, be comfortable, not have to be in the car like screaming, crying, having basically the baby in the car. Like, I wanted to have time. So I was monitoring it all night, and I ended up just falling asleep. The pain died down, and I woke up, no baby. So at this point, I'm frustrated. But the contractions did end up helping me, because when I went to my doctor's office for my 39-week appointment, I had already been dilated. I had started. So I was like, hey, this is great. Like, you know, the contractions, they dilated me at least. So the process started. This is great. So then she tells me that, you know, it's still, I still have some more time, you know what I mean? And if the baby doesn't come, then they had already sent me an induction date. And at that point I was like, I do not want to get induced. Like, I want to just have her on my own. I don't want an induced baby, because I feel like that's going to hurt even more. And I just want it to be, when she's, you know, like, I just want it to be differently. So I look at the castor oil bottle and I'm like, should I take some more? Should I not? What should I do? And at this point, it's already the week of Halloween, and obviously we didn't want to have the baby on Halloween, so he had told me like, don't drink it now, like wait until Halloween's over. So I didn't listen. I took it Halloween night, but I took it in the nighttime so that if anything were to happen, like it would be November 1st, you know, like it wouldn't be October 31st. So I took it on Halloween late at night, and this time around I did go to the bathroom within like an hour of drinking it. I wasn't like having diarrhea or anything, like it really just like cleaned me out like a normal laxative would do, and I had some contractions. But these were bearable, you know, they were bearable, and I decided to go to sleep. Like 2 a.m. I get woken up again to really strong, painful contractions. I tell him, hey, I'm having really bad contractions, like I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna, you know, take a shower just in case, like, you know, you can rest for a little bit more, but I want you to just know like tonight might be the night because they're strong. So we finished packing, you know, everything that we wanted to take. I mean, the bags were already packed, but you know, just some last minute touches. And I straightened my hair. I even have a little clip that I'll insert here. It is 3:30, I think, in the morning, and I have been having the worst contractions. Literally, I think I'm having back labor. I don't know what the hell is going on, but my back feels so destroyed. It feels like it's getting torn apart every time I get a contraction. And they have been started at every 12 minutes, and they went to every like 9 minutes. Now they're at a steady every 4 minutes. So I just straightened my hair. I'm gonna keep tracking them. I'm probably gonna call my doctor in a little bit and see what the move is, but fingers crossed that today is the day. Wish me luck. And yeah, I wasn't even sure if that was gonna be the day that I had her, but I just knew that like time was getting closer because the pain was getting really bad, and the pain was in my back. It wasn't really like, it was of course in my stomach, but like I was feeling like my back was getting broken in half. So I straightened my hair. It took me about an hour to do that. I showered, and at this point I'm tracking the contractions. They're coming every 7 minutes, 9 minutes. At first it was 11, so they're progressively getting shorter. So I call my midwife and I let her know what's going on, and she tells me, yep, it's time, come to the hospital. Keep in mind, because I was 45 minutes away, that would have given me some time to get over there, check in, do all that stuff. And she also told me like, don't rush, like take your time, but just head on over whenever you're ready. So, you know, I wake him up, I say, hey, it's time to go, let's go. So we go, and I have a really smooth ride. Like, of course I'm in pain, but it was nothing compared to the real thing. I get there, you guys, and they tell me two things that I did not want to hear. They tell me that she is sunny side up, so meaning she's not facing the right way to make this an easy, fast birth. She's in a position where her head is up, so she's laying on my back, and she's basically putting me in back labor, which is so much more painful than regular labor, because even if you get epidural, the epidural just takes some of the pressure, it takes the pain away, but it doesn't take away the pressure, and because it's in your back, it doesn't really help your back. So anyways, I'll get into that later, but they also tell me that I'm not progressing and dilating. So they tell me to go walk. I go walk. I'll insert another clip. What's up, everybody? Here I am trying to walk for 2 hours to get this baby into position because she's not cooperating, but we'll make it work. And at this point, an hour passes, she checks me, and I'm still not progressing. So they tell me that basically I need to go home, I need to rest, I need to get ready because, you know, it could happen any moment, but that this moment isn't the time. I needed to go have more time at home and labor most of the time at home, and then once I'm in active labor at like a 3-4 dilated, then I can come back. So of course I'm upset, I'm really frustrated at this point, but I go ahead and I leave, I come home, I take a Benadryl because I wanted to just get really sleepy so that I can sleep. And thank goodness that I slept, you guys, because you really need the energy and you really need to be well rested, because labor is labor. Like, it is literally what the word is, labor. It's extensive labor. Your body goes through so much. So I wake up at around 1 o'clock in the afternoon at this point. And Stan had brought back some tacos. So I'm eating the tacos, and you guys, at this point, the contractions were so bad. Like, I was in tears at this point. I was really in tears. I couldn't even finish my whole meal. But I also didn't want to go and get sent home again. So, you know, we just walked. We went out for a walk. He was giving me massages. He was helping me, like, just, you know what I mean, stay calm, breathe. Basically, like, as if I was in labor at the hospital, but I was in the comfort of my own home. So I also sat on a ball, and I was just bouncing on the ball, bouncing on the ball, bouncing on the ball. At around 4:35, I couldn't take the pain, because the pain had gone from my back to also my stomach. So I'm in pain in the front, and I'm in pain in the back. So it's like there's just no comfort. There's no comfortable feeling anymore at this point. I'm just in extreme discomfort and an extreme pain. I tell him it's time to go. I don't care if I get sent back. I need to go. So we pack up again and we go. You guys, as I'm getting on the highway, it's 5 o'clock, like, it's rush hour. The traffic was so intense, like, it was taking even longer just to get to the highway. And I live right by the highway, so for me to take a long time to get to the highway, I was freaking out. And I said, hey, I'm not gonna make it. We need to go to a different hospital. So I basically had a last minute hospital change, because I knew I wasn't gonna make it to the 45-minute away hospital. So we went to the one that's literally down the street from my house. And I go, this is a new hospital to me. I don't even know where the birth pavilion is. I don't know where anything is. I go, he's taking me in the wheelchair. At this point, you guys, I'm crying. I'm in agonizing pain. I'm in so much pain that I'm nauseous. So I throw up right before we get into the elevator. I throw up again later on, because the pain is just so unbearable. And you know, as I'm waiting to sign in, everybody that's there are ladies that are still currently, like, in their 6-7 month, and they're registering to go to this hospital. They're not like me, that I'm in labor. So I'm there, like, I'm shaking, like, I can't, like, I'm breathing. So they're like, no, like, you go, like, you can cut in front of me, like, they're being really nice. So they attended me. They quickly got me to a bed, and I'm throwing up in the bed. You know, I'm really uncomfortable. I'm asking for some pain meds, and they're like, I can't give you anything, like, you're literally still at a 1. And I'm like, I'm at a 1? What the hell am I supposed to do when I get to a 10? Like, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm gonna die. I can't take the pain. So anyways, at this point, I'm like really anxious. I'm really scared. They have the monitor on me, and the nurse said something, and she was like, these contractions are very strong. She's like, I'm gonna go get you a gown, because I really think that you are gonna end up having this baby today. And she was the only one who had faith in me at that moment. Like, everybody else was literally basically telling me that I'm gonna have to go back home. And I was like, if you send me back home, you need to give me something for the pain, because I can't be at home like this. Like, I'm in agonizing pain. So as they leave, they're still doing tests and all that, and I'm like laying down, and I get the urge to, like, push myself up, you know, because I was getting a contraction. So I, like, pushed up, and as I pushed up, I, like, felt like I had peed myself, because just really warm fluid was coming out, and I'm like, oh my god, I just peed myself, like, FML. So I tell the girl, hey, I'm so sorry, but I just peed myself. I couldn't hold it. Whatever. She's like, it's fine. Let me go get you, like, you know, like those pee pads that you get, like, when you have a dog that doesn't know how to pee in, like, outside. So they bring me one of those, and 2 minutes later, it happens again. I'm like, bro, I just peed again. So he tells the lady, hey, she just peed herself again. And the lady's like, that's weird. Like, I think that's her water. So they bring the test to check. And sure enough, my water had broken. So they were like, yup, we're getting you a room, you're getting admitted, you're in active labor, girl. And I was like, fuck yeah, like, thank goodness, like, I am ready to fucking go, bitch. Like, let's go, like, let's get this baby out. But no, there was still many hours for that to happen. So they asked me if I'm gonna get an epidural, and I say absolutely, like I need it now. And they're like, well, you know, we recommend you waiting until you're 4 to 5 centimeters or at least 3, blah 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 blah. I get to the room and I'm all alone. You know, I have a private room to myself. At this point, I tell my mom that she can come that she can come, because at this point it was just me and San. So until I had a room, I didn't want to have people come, you know, because I was in triage. You can't have visitors more than one person there. So I tell everybody, hey, it's time. I have the room. Like, you guys can come on over, blah, blah, blah. So I tell them I need the epidural, and they tell me that it's a process. You know, the anesthesiology team has to come in, and it takes about 30 minutes. I have to fill out paperwork. I have to get, like, cleansed, which, let me tell y'all what it means when you get cleansed. But I'm very thankful, because how many of y'all are pregnant and your fear is pooping while pushing your baby out? Because that was me. I was like, damn, I'm gonna poop myself. I already know it. I already told everybody. I was like, look, I'm gonna poop myself. Like, just look at it, pretend it didn't happen. Thanks very much. This cleanse thing prevented that from happening. So yay, I didn't poop myself during birth. Basically, it's like a saline bag that they stick up your butt, and they fill you up with this solution water, and you have to wait like a few minutes till you fill up, and then they send you to the bathroom so you can just sit there and everything comes out. So whatever comes out just comes out. And that's what prevents you from having anything in your system, and to prevent you pooping yourself in birth. So I'm thankful for that, but it was just a little weird. Like, it wasn't painful, it was just weird and like uncomfortable, and something that I've never done before. So they gave me the epidural at 2 centimeters because I couldn't take it anymore, you guys. Like, it was excruciating pain for me, because back labor is so intense. So at this point, my mom's already there, you know, we're settled down. I got the epidural, and they tell me that because of my height and my size and my weight, that they weren't gonna give me a lot. So when they gave it to me, they said, do you feel anything? And I said, honestly, it hasn't really improved. So they call the team again so they can give me more. They give me more, and then I start to feel better. I start to feel comfortable. I'm able to hold conversations with people. You know, we settle down for the night. They tell me to try and get some rest, because, you know, the morning that comes, I'm gonna need the energy. So, you know, we all try to like relax. We were watching TV, we go to bed, and throughout the night, they kept coming to check on me, and right when the epidural would start to wear off, it was so much pain that they had to keep giving me more. So anyways, long story short, 5 o'clock in the morning comes around, and they're like, okay, we're gonna check you to see how far dilated you are. They check me, and I'm an 8.5. Like, I'm basically almost a 9. So they're like, oh my goodness, like, this was very fast. We're gonna go ahead and get everything ready. They start bringing the cart where the baby's gonna lay. They start bringing all their tools, utensils, all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, like, it's really happening. Like, it is really literally happening. So they also put me, and the baby still hadn't turned over. So they bring this big old peanut ball, they put it between my legs to help, you know, turn her over. She still doesn't end up turning over because she's stubborn, but whatever. Around 6:30, they're like, okay, we're gonna give you a little bit of Benadryl because you're kind of like inflamed, so that's gonna bring the inflammation down, and then once the inflammation is down, you're already at full 10. We're ready, we're good to go. So we wait. This is around 7:30. They said, okay, it's time to push. You guys, because they had given me so many doses throughout the night of the epidural, already towards the end, I couldn't get any more. They told me I was tapped out. So the pain, once it wore off, oh my goodness, I felt the immediate urge to push and like poop, like push, poop, push, poop, like just push poop. That's all I could think of. And they were like, you need to breathe through this pain. And I'm trying, but like the pain is painful. So once like 10 minutes pass, I'm screaming. I'm like, yo, like I really need y'all to come because I'm about to start pushing, especially because I'm already a 10. Like I'm at a 10, I'm ready. Like I'm ready to push. Get everything ready. I start pushing and she doesn't come. She gets like stuck in the birth canal. You know, I'm really small, so she wasn't coming, like she wasn't fitting. So at a certain point, the midwife looks at me and she tells me, hey, look, I'm sorry, but we've tried everything pushing, and basically I'm gonna have to cut you, or she's gonna cut you, and it's gonna be even worse instead of if I cut you. So I said, girl, do your thing, just get her out of here, like do your thing, get her out. So they gave me basically, I forgot the term for it, I'm gonna look it up, but it's basically like tearing you for, it's like they tear you up for you so that the baby doesn't tear you up, because the baby can cause more damage if, you know, if you don't do it that way. So I was like, go ahead, cut me up. I basically had like a 3rd-degree tear that I needed 11 stitches, because from one hole to the next hole, it was just one hole. Like, I don't even know what you call that, like a big hole. So I did have to get construction down there, but she made sure to tie me up super good, like I'm brand spanking new. And I'm always like joking around, like I'm like, yeah, I got this designer, see, like it's brand new. But yeah, I'm just stupid. But anyways, she finally comes out. I finally do one big old push and she just slips out and she's here. Like I saw her and I was just like, oh my goodness, like I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. Like I was in so much just like disbelief and shock. Like it was so weird and surreal to me to see her for the first time. Like it was just so crazy. Like it was just really crazy. And that moment when they lay her on you, you're just like, oh my god, like this is my baby. Like this is my baby. Like she's mine. Like she's my baby, like, you know. So it was just really amazing, and I'm thankful for the team that was able to, you know, be so kind to me, even though I had never met them. I hadn't had them throughout my pregnancy, you know, and that's usually a really scary thing. Like if you have somebody that you're comfortable with and then last minute you have to get, you know, your baby delivered by somebody completely different in a brand new hospital that you don't know too much about. I mean, granted, I was born there, but I hadn't been to the birth pavilion. I hadn't seen anything, you know, prior to that or after that. So it was just a really great experience. I'm thankful that I ended up going there, and I'm just thankful for the team, everything, my family, San. I'm thankful for everything. You know, I wouldn't have had it any other way. So yeah, that is my labor and delivery story, and also how I used castor oil, because the castor oil works, but your body has to naturally already had begun labor on its own. So I wouldn't recommend taking it unless you've already been told by your doctor, your midwife, that you're at least 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, whatever the case may be. So, you know, that just speeds up the process, but it's not gonna actively put you in labor, I don't feel like, because I took it the first time and it didn't work, remember? So the second time, when I had already started, that's when things started to kick in, and I had her literally within 48 hours. So that is it for today, y'all. Thanks so much, and I will see y'all next time.